Next, we have a swim interview with Drew Carter.
Welcome to the Swim Interview 2024. Here I have Quinn Fogarty, Hassan Harabi, Gardner Smith, Kyle Grant, Dustin Edmonds, and Spencer Tran here with me today. I'm just going to ask them a few questions about swim. All right, so my first question is, why did you guys join swim in the first place?
I can start off. So I joined swim. Winters were boring. I was looking for something to do, and swim seemed like a good option. I had some friends on the team, so yeah.
Nice.
I got a similar answer to Quinn, actually. So the captains, I know them. We played soccer together. I knew some people on the team, so I was like, why not do it? I have nothing else to do in the winter.
Nice. Next question is, what is your favorite event?
My favorite event is the 100 backstroke because it's one of my best strokes, and also because I want to beat my brother's time.
My favorite stroke is the 100 free because it's fun.
Nice.
Mine is the 50 free.
Fair answer. Do you like swimming?
I mean, it wasn't my favorite thing, but, after a couple practices and meets, I kind of got into it.
Next question, what is your favorite post-swim meal?
I really like to go to Chipotle after.
My favorite after swim meal is McDonald's.
Nice. All right.
I gotta say, I really don't have a favorite meal preference. I just eat whatever is at home.
Anything you guys would like to say to the audience?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Join swim, get in the best shape of your life. Let's go swim 2025, pack it.
Put some respect on swim team.
Nice.
Join.
When you join, it might be hard, but eventually you'll ease into it.
Yep. Words to live by. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Join Swim 2025, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome to our podcast today. I'll be talking about Black African American History Month and Black historical figures and some other things. Black History Month was created in 1926 in the United States when historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. Black History Month was originally a week long, but they changed it when the civil rights and the Black Power movement advocated for an official shift from Black History Week to Black History Month. Some historical Black figures were Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, and Martin Luther King. Harriet Tubman led many slaves to freedom by conducting the Underground Railroad. Frederick Douglass embraced the women's rights movement, helped people on the Underground Railroad, and supported anti-slavery parties. Martin Luther King Jr. led the American Civil Rights Movement and was the voice for African Americans. Some other people we should mention are Bayard Rustin and Marsha P. Johnson. Some significant historical events for Black people were the Civil Rights Movement and the Harlem Renaissance. The Civil Rights Movement banned discrimination in public accommodations, public education, and employed it. Also ended race restrictions in voting. The Harlem Renaissance instilled African Americans across the country with a newfound spirit and self-determination. Black culture refers to diverse customs, traditions, beliefs, and practice, art forms and languages, and the social behaviors that have emerged from the experiences and contributions of people of African descent. Thank you for joining another podcast.
Next, we have a discussion on African American music.
Hello, welcome to SHS This Month, February edition. I'm with Devin, Jack, and Josh.
In honor of Black History Month, we'll be going over Black influential artists.
We will be talking about Drizzy Drake and The Temptations.
Drake is a very big artist known all around the world.
Drake used to be a Canadian actor before he was a Canadian rapper.
Drake has a son named Adonis.
Drake has 5 Grammys. He should have more.
The Temptations and other African American artists quickly stared racism down in the South with bus tours.
The Temptations brought people together by releasing songs such as My Girl, Get Ready, and Beauty is Only a Skin Deep, with many others being remembered even though the members are gone.
Thank you for listening to the SHS This Month February edition podcast. I'm Marissa with Josh, Devin, and Jack.
We have a reverse video by Armando. Now we have a Super Bowl update with Colby, Leo, and Jimmy.
Guys, welcome to SHS This Month, Super Bowl edition. I'm Devin, this is Jack, James, and Leo. So first up, Leo, what did you think overall of that game?
You know, it was an alright game. Not the best. I was expecting something better for the Super Bowl. And the 49ers, unfortunately, did not win, so I was a little bit disappointed about that. But what were your thoughts, James?
Yeah, I also agree. I was kind of hoping the 49ers would win. I thought it was a really good game up until the end. I think Travis Kelce running into Coach Reed there was a bit crazy, but
yeah, that wouldn't slide on.
Yeah, definitely not.
Bill Belichick.
Definitely not. No. Devin, thoughts?
I thought it was a horrible game. It was really low scoring. You know, I just really think they could have done so much better, especially them refs. Jack?
Yeah, you know, I really wanted the Niners to win. I feel like the refs were favoring the Niners, surprisingly, from what I've seen, but they still choked it in the end. They still lost somehow. I thought they had it, but they keep saying Chiefs dynasty. What's up with that, Leo?
The Chiefs definitely are going to be great for the next, 10 years or so, which is unfortunate. But I think the 49ers got a good shot at it next year. They have a pretty young team, and they'll bring in more next year, so I'm excited to see what they have to offer next year.
All right, now let's talk about off the field. What do you guys think about the whole Taylor Swift situation? Leo?
I'm not really rocking with her new stuff like that. I mean, she's probably a bad person, but like her old album was like fire and stuff, but I don't know. She shouldn't be involved with the NFL like she is.
Yeah, I think it's cool and all that, she's dating Travis Kelce, but I don't think they need to plaster her face all over the league. I think it's getting a bit overdone here.
I personally think she's really annoying. I really just think they got to keep that whole relationship out of football. And yeah.
When I see Travis Kelce do any play now and it cuts to Taylor Swift cheering, I just feel deep rage. And personally, I don't like it at all, and I wish it would stop. Respect.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, Jack. Actually, I was searching for the word. I think you found it. It was just a deep rage. They won the Super Bowl, and one of the first faces I saw was Taylor Swift, and I really hated it. I just don't understand why that would be something that happens.
So, what do you guys think about the NFL next year? And specifically, how do you think our hometown Patriots are going to do?
Patriots not going to do that good, man. Let's be real here.
Well, more specifically, what do you think about the coaching decisions made?
I don't know how the head coach will be this year. It's definitely interesting, but I mean, it'll be a big change. Maybe they'll start bringing in more players because Bill Belichick is cheap and drafts offensive linemen with every pick he gets. So maybe we'll see some change over there.
James, what are your opinions?
Personally, I'm not a Patriots fan, but I do think they're gonna
okay, Jack, what's your
stink it up here.
I'm really this season was rough. I'd go to bed every night crying, so Really hoping that's different, but it's better than being a Jags fan.
Yep.
At least I knew I wasn't.
Well, actually,
gonna
I'm just gonna hop in here.
Excuse me, sir. We finished this segment.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure that being a fan of a team with a winning record.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the SHS this month's edition of Super Bowl.
First, we have Cooking with Carter. He's making lasagna.
This month on Cooking with Carter, we're making lasagna bolognese, a goated combo of two classic dishes. First, we're going to make the bolognese sauce. We're going to start by chopping up about 1.5 cups of mirepoix. All that is carrots, celery, and onion, which are essentials for a good bolognese. On the stovetop, we'll put a cast iron or heavy bottom pot on high heat and put in plenty of high smoke point oil, like avocado. After that's nice and hot, we'll drop in 2.5 pounds of 93.7 ground beef. Break it up with a wooden spoon and let it get some nice brown color. All we're going to season it with right now is salt and pepper, but nothing too fancy just yet. After it gets nice and brown, take a potato masher and then break up the beef so that it gets nice and fine, and then set it off to the side. Now we're going to lower the heat to medium and then put in a good amount of olive oil now. Drop in the mirepoix and let that saute for about 5 minutes. Hit it with some salt and pepper and then clear some space in the middle to crush in 4 garlic cloves. Let that fry a little bit before seasoning with chili flakes and dried herbs, and then put in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Cook out the raw tomato flavor for 2 to 4 minutes before adding 1 full can of crushed San Marzano tomatoes and then 1/2 cup of water. Then put the beef back in and get it all submerged in the tomato bubble bath, and then add 3/4 cup of white wine. Season the whole thing with a teaspoon of nutmeg and a couple of bay leaves and mix that all in. So now we're going to let that simmer anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and keep pouring in beef stock when things get a little dry. Keep tasting for seasoning as you let it simmer, as you'll probably need to add salt if it's a little bland, red pepper flakes if you want it more spicy, or maybe a little nutmeg if you want it more warm, whatever you want. While that's doing its thing, let's make some spinach for a little pop of color in our lasagna. Here I have a pot of boiling water that I'm going to drop a mountain of spinach into for 15 seconds. This is called blanching, and it makes the color of the spinach more vibrant for when we go to bake it. Now, using that same water, we'll salt it liberally and then drop in our lasagna pasta sheets. Let that boil for about 10 minutes, and then pro tip, drain the water out of the pot so that you don't have to dirty a colander. Set the pasta sheets off to the side, and then using the same pot, we'll take our blanched spinach and then let them saute in olive oil for a couple of minutes to get rid of any raw spinach flavor. Now we'll move on to the ricotta. Scoop 1.5 cups of whole milk ricotta into a bowl and then season with garlic powder and black pepper. Crack in an egg for even more richness and then mix it vigorously to ensure that not only a lot of air gets incorporated, but that egg is thoroughly mixed through. Next up, we'll mix the cheeses, which is just 2.5 cups of mozzarella and then 1/2 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano. Now that everything's ready and the bolognese sauce is now reduced, we'll move on to assembly. Start by grabbing a lasagna-sized pan, and our first layer will be a layer of bolognese across the bottom. Cover that with a layer of the pasta, and then spread 1/3 of the ricotta mix on top. Top that up with 1/3 of the cheese, and then repeat. Sauce, pasta, ricotta, cheese, and one more time to complete the whole lasagna. Once it's all ready, cover it with aluminum foil and let it bake in the oven at 375 for 30 to 40 minutes. Then, take the top off and let it bake for another 15 minutes to get the top nice and brown. Take it out and just look at that beauty. It's kind of hard to edit because my mouth is watering so much right now. I'm gonna go for the corner slice because that's always the best, and let's rate it 1 through 10. And of course, it's absolutely banging. The warm flavors of the bolognese pair well with the richness and creaminess of the ricotta and mozzarella, and the pasta just brings it all together. The nutmeg in the bolognese really comes through and makes it taste even more comforting than a regular lasagna, in my opinion. It's definitely the best lasagna I've ever had,
and I was really hungry this day, so I just messed up that whole plate. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. My only complaint is that the pasta on the top got a little hard from not being covered by the final layer of cheese. So when you do it, make sure you cover the whole thing really well. Alright, thanks for watching another episode of Cooking with Carter, and I'll see you next time.
Struggling with finding a perfect gift for your significant other for Valentine's Day? We're here to help. The first thing you can get them is a nice box of chocolates. It's a classic, but anyone will love it. With that, you can also get them some flowers. These two together will definitely make someone feel special. A second gift is some nice jewelry. Everyone likes getting a new pair of jewelry on Valentine's Day. It makes them feel even more special, and you can't go wrong with that. Last but not least, you can give them your favorite picture together, framed with a nice card. This gift comes from the heart, and it feels more homemade than going out to the store and buying something from the Valentine's Day section. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you this Valentine's Day.
Up next, we have a PSA on Black History Month with Jason.
Welcome to SHS This Month. Today we reflect on African American history, and we reflect on this particular individual named Louis Armstrong, a famous trumpeter and vocalist who was born and raised in New Orleans and died unfortunately through a heart attack at the age of 69. Louis Armstrong is a highly influential and famous artist who shifted the traditional values of collective improv to solo performances. He followed in the footsteps of his famous mentor, Joe King Oliver, and then later he moved to New York, where he became even more influential and more famous for his work. He's best known for his songs called What a Wonderful World, Hello Dolly, and On the Sunny Side of the Street. Though he was a very highly influential and famous artist, he faced a lot of tribulations during his time in his career. He faced racism and criticism, and this was highly prevalent because this was his time of segregation. But though he was faced with these trials, he still persevered. We take this time to reflect on Louis Armstrong's career and take inspiration of how hard he worked for his career and how influential he is. And that's it for SHS This Month.
Thank you for watching SHS This Month with Josh and Alex.